What's up, you guys? It's your girl Amore Dashe, and today I am back with another freaking video for you guys. And today, as you can tell by the title, today I will be telling you guys a story time on the time where I got shot. I got shot not with a real gun, y'all, but I got shot with a BB gun. But it did lead to like serious and dangerous things. Like I had to have surgery. I had to be hospitalized. So yeah, that's why I'm here to share my story with you guys and basically give you guys my side and just, give you guys the rundown on what happened, how it lead up to that point and all of that. So without further ado, let's get right into the freaking video. So well, this happened in like 2019 if I'm not mistaken. So this was like 2 years ago. And this happened like 2 years ago, and like it was me, my son, and my child father. We're gonna give him the name. We're gonna call him Pinocchio. So me and Pinocchio, we were in like a relationship, and like we was in a relationship, but we ended up getting into like this argument, and we had like this disagreement. And like we was just like, okay, you go your separate way, I go my separate way. Like, we just don't have to be together no more because things are not working out. Things are getting really intense. So after we had agreed to, call it quits. After we agreed to call it quits, he called himself moving on, talking to someone else. I call myself moving on, talking to someone else. I called myself moving on and he called himself moving on. I thought everything was fine and dandy because, like we not in a relationship no more. I called it quits with you. You called it quits with me. So like you do your own thing, I do my own thing. So fast forward, me and Pinocchio, we ended up like, we was like talking, but we was not talking, if you get what I'm saying. Like it's like we was like trying to make things work, but we knew for a fact that things was not gonna work. So I ended up catching him on the phone with a female. Wait, let me go back. I spent the night at his house, and that night is the night that, we had said we was going to call it quits or whatever. And he ended up deciding to call a female, trying to be petty towards me or whatnot. And by he, trying to be petty and called a female that night, y'all know me as a teenager, us teenagers do some crazy things, like things happen. So I'm like, okay, you want to be petty? I'm going to be petty too. So I end up getting on the phone with this boy. We're not going to give the boy any name because he really don't need a name for this story. Like, he really don't even matter. So, I ended up getting on the phone with someone, and we was talking, we was chopping it up. We wasn't talking about anything, like, personal. We just chopping it up, and Pinocchio didn't like that. Like, Pinocchio was very upset that I was on the phone with somebody else, and so Pinocchio ended up calling this female, and he called the female, and like he had the female on speaker, and he was like telling the female to like say certain things to like get under my skin. So she was on the phone. So the female that he called on the phone to have to say these certain things, she was like just saying some real out of pocket things like, oh, that be this and that be that. Remind y'all, she didn't know me, I didn't know her. So I was just trying to figure out where was her disrespect level coming from. So I started saying things. I started cursing her out. So in the middle of me cursing her out, y'all, he get up and he walks off. He leave out the room. Like, he left out the room, y'all. So when he left out the room, I was like, okay, cool, I see what you want. You want to try and have females come for me because we not on a talking term right now. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to do anything crazy or nothing. So I was like, I'm just going to, leave and go home and never talk to you again. So fast forward to the next day. The next day come, and he trying to talk to me. Trying to talk to me and tell me like, oh, it wasn't like that and this, that, and third. And I'm like, nah, you did what you did. That was real foul of you. And, like, I'm over it. So we ended up getting into a physical fight, y'all. Because, like, he was trying to tell me, like, oh, that's not what I'm on. I want to talk to you. I want to be with you, blase, blase. And I was like, no, I don't want to be with you. Like, I'm done, Pinocchio. Like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. Like, and he wasn't trying to do that, y'all. He was like trying to be controlling and, oh no, you gonna talk to me, and no, you gonna be with me, and I got something to, like, he just was trying to be controlling, and I wasn't feeling it. So I started telling him, like, bro, I'm done with you. Like, and he started saying some real crazy words, y'all. He started calling me out my name, B-dad. He's calling me all type of B-I-T-C-H's, H-O-E's. Like, he's really going ham on me. So I'm like, you know what, Pinocchio, I'm not even finna do this with you. I was trying so hard, y'all, to be the bigger person in that situation, because it's like, I ain't do nothing wrong that I felt up. Y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all felt like I did something wrong. But anyways, so I'm trying to be the bigger person in this situation, and he just studied calling me out my name, and then he started like pushing me, like literally like pushing me, like physically pushing me. So I'm like, okay, nah, this is not gonna happen. This is not what's gonna happen. You're not gonna be putting your hands on me. So I pushed him back. So we started literally physical fighting. He started like actually like swinging off me, like hitting me. So I'm literally fighting this boy. Like, I'm literally fighting this dude. So me and him fighting, we wrestling, we tussling. So as we tussling, he took my purse, and he, like, cause I had this BB purse. If y'all know, like, if y'all ever had a BB purse, or y'all know, then y'all know what I'm talking about. But I had this BB purse, and that purse was pretty expensive at the time. So he took my purse and he cut it up. And then not only that he cut it up, he took all of my stuff from out my purse and took it in front of his house and dumped it all, like, in all the dirt. And remind y'all, it was raining that day and everything. So he dumped all of my stuff in the dirt. I'm like, wow, that's what you own? Like, that's how you feel? That's what you're gonna do to me, though? Like, really? So, you know what I did? I cut up his shoes, y'all. I cut up his shoes. Not just any pair of shoes, but I cut up his expensive shoe. I cut up his red bottoms. And after I cut up his red bottoms, y'all, he was like mad at me, and he was cursing me out. He was like, B. So he's like, B, you need to get the F on. I'm tired of you. I don't want nothing else to do with you. Blase, blase. And I'm like trying to talk to him and tell him, like, bro, none of this would have happened if, like, it wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have got mad and tried to have somebody to disrespect me over a phone. Like, none of this wouldn't have happened. It never would have went that far, or none of that. So after I cut up his shoes from him destroying my purse, he was like, oh yeah, that's what you want to do? Oh yeah, that's what you want to do? So I'm not thinking none of it. I'm thinking, like, okay, he's just mad that I cut up his shoes. Like, he's probably finna, like, probably try and have somebody else to cuss me out at this point, or try and fight me again. So he goes in the living room. Now, remind y'all, his mom was there. That's the crazy part. His mom was there, and she allowed him to, you know, abuse me. So his mom is literally home while he abusing me. So his mom like, yeah, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to just, you know, y'all need to stop, woody woo. But she's not, you know, like, trying to stop it, if you get what I'm saying. She just, like, in her room, laying in her bed, like, yelling from her room to his room, like, you know. And it's like, lady, like, what are you doing here? What is your point? So after like, he had was like, oh yeah, okay, all right, bet, that's what you want to do, you want to cut up my shoes. After he did all of that, he walked in the front room, y'all. Now remember, he in the front room for quite a time. So I'm thinking he in that chilling. I'm thinking he calming down, y'all. So I'm thinking, like, okay, he calming down, I'm calming down, I'm gonna leave it alone, he finna leave it alone. He literally walks, he came in the room and was like, B, I got something for that. I got something. So after he, like, kind of, like, gave me a heads up that he was finna do some crazy things, he walked in the room. He like, alright, I got something for that, AB. So he up his GUN on me. He pulled it out, and he literally started shooting it, like, bow, 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 like, shooting it, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all, he let off so many rounds, I'm like, oh, my goodness. And I got hit 3 times. I got hit in my finger, in my chest, and in my arm. And yes, y'all, it was really, really crazy. I had to be rushed to the hospital. I had to actually, like, I was actually, like, after he shot me up with the BBs, y'all, I had a feeling that one of the BBs got stuck inside of my hand because I felt it. Like, it was so crazy. So I ended up having to stay at his house for an extra day because I didn't have nobody to come pick me up. I didn't have a ride, and I lived 2 hours from his house. So in this situation, the only thing his mom did good was, because I told y'all, like, I didn't have a ride. I had to stay at his house an extra day after I've been shot up with these BBs. I had to stay at his house an extra day because I didn't have a ride. So the next day, his mom ended up getting me a ride home. That's the only thing that she did good in this situation, y'all. That's the only thing she did good was got me home. Because, like I lived 2 hours away from him. So, like, I was like, I couldn't find a ride, couldn't get home. And I just knew for a fact that I needed to get to I'm sorry, y'all. I knew for a fact I needed to get to an emergency room. Like, because, like, I was in so much pain. My chest was hurting. My arm was throbbing. And, like, my finger, I just knew something was stuck in my finger the way it was all puffed up and looking. So that was the only good thing that she did in this situation was got me home so that I can get to the emergency room. So, y'all, when the next day came and she got me a ride home, I did end up going to the emergency room 2 hours away from their house. I came home and I went to the emergency room. And then when I got to the emergency room, they had did, like, x-rays and stuff, and they had told me, like, the BB that went in my chest, it popped in and popped back out. The BB that went in my arm popped in and popped back out, but the BB that went in my finger popped in and it got stuck, like, in between my bone. So they was telling me, like, oh, we got to do emergency surgery on your finger because if this BB stays here, like, it can damage your hand. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like, it was really crazy. And they was telling me, like, the doctors and stuff was telling me, like, we're so glad that the BB that went in your chest popped back out, because if it would have hit a main artery, it could have killed you instantly. So I'm really glad that, like, everything went well. So yeah, y'all, like, moral of the story, I'm so glad that, like, I was able to get to the hospital, and I'm so glad that, like, the BB that hit my chest didn't, like, hit any main arteries up in here, because, baby, I wouldn't even be here to tell y'all my story. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell y'all what happened to me and what I experienced. And all I got to say is for this story is, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they're abusive, please leave. Please leave. It's not worth your life. It's not worth their life. Like, it's not worth it at all. Like, the love, none of that is not worth it. Like, if you're in a DV situation, like, please try your hardest to get out of it. Try and contact somebody, like, tell somebody about what's going on. Like, try and seek help any way you can, because I know how it feels to, like, be going through, like, a situation like that. So yeah, with that being said, like, I just wanted to share my story with you guys. And the reason why I just wanted to, like, touch bases on that situation, because I know there's a lot of people that's probably younger than me going through that, and people that's probably older than me going through it, and they probably feel like that they're alone, but you're not. And yeah, that's all I had to say for this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys give it a like, a comment, and yeah, just let me know what video ideas you guys want to see next. Let me know, like, how you guys feel about this situation. Give me you guys advice. And yeah, my all of my social medias will be in the description box down below. So if you guys want to, you know, check them out and hit me up on any of my social medias to talk to me, I'm willing to do that too. Bye.